What's going on? This is just another little scenery video for the family. Wife and kids, but I got something else to tell you too. So I pulled into the scale. Now keep in mind, I got this load from Mississippi. I've come all this way without no problems. And I went across every scale between Mississippi and here that was open. Which over half of them was open. Well, I rolled across the Boise scale, Boise, Idaho, and you know, they got the digital reading of how much you weigh up there on the sign. I can't remember what my steers was, but my drives was like 33 something, and my trailer was just over 34,000. I mean, like 34,100, 200, something like that. Well, I come through Boise, come through Ontario, make it into Oregon, and I roll across the Farewell Bend scale, and they got the digital reading too of how much you weigh. And again, can't remember what my steers was, but my drives was 33 something. But my trailer, they showed on their scale, my trailer was over 36,000 pounds. And I tried to explain to the guy, I asked him, I said, is there any way that y'all's scale could be off? You know, when was the last time it calibrated? He said, there ain't no way that our scales will be off. Not that much. And I was wanting to tell him, well, obviously it could, because, you know. But I did tell him I just rolled across the Boise scales, and my weight was fine. They didn't say nothing about it. Well, he said, well, here on our scales, you're 2,000 pounds over the legal limit on your trailer. Well, all right. He said, well, unfortunately, it's going to be a ticket. It's a $200 ticket. He said, unfortunately, it's going to be a ticket. He said, you have to fix your weight before you leave here. I said, all right. Well, I went out there and slid, it was 36,000 pounds. And the holes on this trailer is 400 pounds apiece. So I slid it 4 holes, which was 1,600 pounds. And it made my drives and my trailer were still over 34,000 pounds. I'm sorry, my drives originally was 32,800. What my drive was. And well, I got it right here. Hold on just a second. I got my ticket. Alright. On my ticket, it says my steers was 10,600 pounds. My drives was 32,800. This says my trailer was 36,300. The Boise scale didn't show my trailer being 36,300. It showed it being just over 34,000. Well, and that's what I told the guy. They said, well, you're going to fix that weight before you leave here. So I slid the trailer back, I slid the tandems back 4 holes, which was 1,600 pounds. So that put my drives and my tandems just over 34,000 a piece. Man, that was crazy. I how that scale could have been off that far. And now, because the scale in Idaho said what it did, and the scale at Farewell Bend said what it did, and I had to slide my tandems back 4 holes. Well, if Farewell Bend's scale hadn't been calibrated, now I'm hoping that my drives ain't 1,600 pounds overweight. So I don't know. I'm going to Woodburn, Oregon. There's a scale down there between Portland and Woodburn. So I guess I'll find out here in a little while. But man, what a mess. So yeah, I got that ticket. $200 by January 25th. I mean, I'll pay it. I mean, I ain't got no choice. But I know this truck wasn't that damn. I mean, that my trailer wasn't that much overweight. I know it wasn't. I mean, I didn't scale it when I got loaded, but I know it wasn't that much overweight, because if it was, another scale would have got me. The one coming into New Mexico on 40, on the westbound side, that one would have, coming out of Texas, that one would have got me for sure. So I don't know. Either that one or Cortez, Colorado would have got me. Now I know they would have got me, but they gave me the green light the other day when I come through there. Yesterday morning. So I don't know. Cortez, the Cortez Colorado scales, man, they're particular. So I don't know. I'm thinking Farewell Bend's going to screw me up on the next scale, but if I'm overweight on the next scale, down there south of Portland, I'm gonna show them this ticket I got. And tell them that Farewell Bend made me slide my tandems because it said I was overweight on my trailer. That's a mess. And these scales, I don't know how often they calibrate their scales, but and that ain't the first time that's happened to me at Farewell Bend, Oregon, at that scale. That shit has happened to me 2 more times other than this one. Matter of fact, Boise, the eastbound side of Boise, and Boise, Idaho, the scale over there, they got me for being overweight one time because Farewell Bend told me I was overweight and made me slide my tandems a few years ago. Well, I get to the scale in Boise and I'm overweight. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out at a while. But it is pretty through here. This is that's the Columbian River. And I know, like I said in my scenery video yesterday, most of you drivers know all these highways, but the family don't. So I'm really talking to them in the video about the scenery, you know. But this river here runs all the way down this interstate, all the way to Portland. Runs like this all the way from Hermiston, like this. But you can't see it like this much until you drop down that hill that I dropped down when I first started the video. But now you can run along beside it real good. And see it. Real nice, real pretty. Y'all remember right last trip when I come through here? All this wasn't nothing but ice and snow. Because I stopped it. I shut down at Big, my Biggs, Oregon video. Shut down at Biggs, Oregon. Right up here is where it was. I'm about 15 miles from that same truck stop. And all this wasn't nothing but ice and snow. But yeah, it's pretty around here. Knowing I was going to be making another scenery video out of wash my damn windshield off, but it's kind of filthy. Oh, and another thing too, this river divides Oregon. This is Oregon where I'm at right now, but over there on the other side of the river where the land is, that's Washington. This river, the Washington Oregon line runs through this river all the way down. But it's pretty through here. It's pretty. It's real pretty in the summertime. Pretty in the wintertime too on days like this, but yeah, that whole scale shit, that was that was some bullshit if you ask me. Tandems across the scale, I saw the readout. It says 36. Whatever it said on the ticket. And I couldn't believe that shit neither. Because I know I just seen one at Boise saying it was just over 34,000. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell's going on with this? This dude let me roll off the scale and then turn the red light on, and then put on the sign back up. Oh shit. Right here on this bridge last week, facing the other way, facing back that way.